What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Another episode of Rabbit and Red Reviews for you. And today, High West Rendezvous Rye, the whiskey we'll be tasting and reviewing. So as normal, I'll give you a nose taste, finish review, talk about the value, give you my final thoughts, score, leave you with the malt musing. First, before we get into it, let me tell you a little bit about High West and their Rendezvous Rye. So High West is an interesting distillery. They started in 2007, and they're actually in Park City, Utah. They were the first legally licensed distillery in Utah since the Prohibition days. And this whiskey in particular is quite interesting. So this was kind of their flagship whiskey that they first came out with. According to their website, this is at 46% ABV. It is not chill filtered, and it is made a blend. All of their stuff is blends. And it is made from a bunch of different whiskeys aging 4 to 7 years. So they say that one of the whiskeys actually is a 95% rye, 5% barley malt, which is sourced from MGP, which is in Indiana. And then there's another which is 80% rye and 20% malted rye, which is actually in-house. Now, originally, all of their stuff was sourced, and the High West Rendezvous Rye in particular was a 6-year-old and then a 16-year-old rye that they got from the Barton Distillery. So they were just doing the blending and bottling and sourcing the rest of their whiskey. But that is now starting to change as of, I believe, early 2018. They're starting to add some of their own spirit to this. So this version of the Rendezvous Rye is actually with their own spirit. There's a lot of story on the back about this whiskey, which I'll give you a small version of. For those interested, the batch number on this is 17H15. And here's just to take a look at this cool bottle. They really do have a pretty awesome presentation. Really thick glass. A lot of embossed wording on the glass. Location in the back here. Talks about some of the awards it's won. And the name Rendezvous Rye was the annual summer gathering of mountain men to exchange pelts and supplies. Although alcohol was not one of the supplies at the first rendezvous, this oversight was quickly corrected with a generous supply of whiskey at the second rendezvous in Utah's Cache Valley and all the subsequent rendezvous. So it's got a little bit of a story. There's a lot more about it on the back if you're interested in picking up a bottle and reading about it. But you know, enough about the story. Let's get into it. So I've poured some in my glass here. Take a look at the color. Really pretty stuff. Let's get into it. Okay. So right away on the nose, caramel, vanilla, honey. So kind of bourbon-like. But it is kind of followed by a spiciness, you know, typical rye spice. I also want to mention that I pick up dill in this. Some folks who like rye whiskey really do like the dill note that some of them have, others not so much. This one I'm definitely picking up a bit of dill in. There's also some kind of dark, kind of like a dark fruit in the background, and a little bit of hinted nutmeg, but it's all really well balanced. You really kind of get everything at about an equal volume, so quite interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, slight toffee note too. Okay, let's give it a taste. Cheers. Really deep flavor and really complex whiskey. Caramel and vanilla, again, kind of initially on the arrival. But as it develops, there's just a whole bunch going on. You start to get a lot of a more assertive oakiness. The dill is there, it's kind of like really zesty rye spice. Almost, I want to say a hint of kind of like a tobacco. But the rye spice is definitely more assertive on the taste than it is initially on the nose. But again, all in really good balance. As it goes into the finish, it's long. It's got a good amount of spice to it. The oak char is even a little bit more assertive, but now it's kind of rounding off with a bit of a sweetness. It's like maple brown sugar kind of thing. This is a really, really good rye. Yeah, okay, we're gonna put a little bit of water on it. This is at 46% ABV, as I mentioned, so I'm not gonna put too much on. Not much difference in the nose. Maybe it's good. Those dark fruits that I mentioned, which I can't quite put my finger on it, brightened up a little bit. So you're almost maybe getting a slight citrusy note now. Yeah. Not a whole hell of a lot of a difference with the water. It does hold up nice. This is just a really pleasant, this is a really pleasant, I guess what I would say, sipping rye. It's not super aggressive, and the rye spice is just really well blended with these, which I almost want to say are kind of more classic bourbon notes. The caramel, the vanilla. Getting a little bit on the taste, just, a little bit more, like I said, the fruit is standing out a little bit more. A little bit of a citrus note, but honestly, it seems like this one is just fine neat. Water isn't doing a whole lot to change the profile. Okay. All right, here's another look at the bottle. This one will run you in the United States anywhere from about $45 to $65. I think it's worth it. High West has really made a name for itself with its kind of unique blends. They have a whole bunch of different stuff that honestly, all of the ones I've had, I've been impressed with and are worth trying. This one is certainly no exception. It's really complex, it's versatile, and honestly, it's an easygoing sipper. So I definitely recommend this if you're kind of getting into rye, especially if you're kind of a bourbon first person, because the bourbon notes on this one really do shine. And I think that's kind of coming from the older rye that's in here. So this is great neat. I can imagine this standing up really well in a cocktail as well. And, even over ice, if that's kind of your thing. Okay, so that's my overall sense of Rendezvous Rye. I think as far as the score goes, this is a 4 out of 5. So I highly recommend buying a bottle of this. You will not be disappointed with this one on your shelf. And like I said earlier, if you can find one that was released prior to maybe 2017, which will be that blend of the 6-year and the 16-year, I bet that's got to be a real treat and would be totally worth it. But you will totally be satisfied with just the current release of the Rendezvous Rye as well. So well done, High West. With that, I'm going to send you to your malt musing, and we'll catch you next time here in Rabbit and Red Reviews. Cheers, y'all.